have 9 o'clock, we'll call the meeting to order.
Move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. John, you get to start us out.
I never know what you guys want for my update, I guess. Currently, I've been working on, looking at the budget. I've been telling you, I'm looking at the budget too. Trying to get ready, because that season's coming soon, I guess, so I don't have a good grip on it here. And I would like to propose an amendment, but I'll talk to Megan first about that one, I guess. Trying to add more detail to our budget descriptions. So there's quite a few changes to be made. And wanted her to get through the election before I even asked, so the election's over. Also going through policies, trying to figure out where to start on that as far as the safety and the employee policies. Continuing to work on Redwood Avenue to see if we can get a grant for that one. I think he's wanting to start construction in the spring, so I have a little more time than I thought I had there, so continuing on that one. And lastly, just digging into the county 5-year program, trying to make sure the scope of works what I feel is appropriate for the jobs we're doing. So those kind of slid between engineers, so I'm trying to get that back on track.
A lot of that in that 5-year plan, John, was seal coat roads, and I know you're kind of opposed to seal coat roads, so we're going to see some changes with that.
I'm not opposed to them, but I like to build a base, so I like to put a 10-inch base underneath them, then you'll get 15 years out of them. I don't want to be back.
Right.
You know, after we do one, maybe a year or two later it needs to be resealed, but after that we should get 10 or 12 years out of them without, you know, if it's got farm traffic, 10 or 12, you know, if it has no farm traffic, we should get 20 years out of that without being back all the time. So yeah, I want to maybe make those a little more robust than what we've been building.
So we're going to have to trim some of those out, kick them down the road to, I'm sure it's going to cost us more money.
I'll have to rearrange a few things. A lot of that can be done with some recycled asphalt materials, and we have a lot of those in the yard, so I do love the setup you guys have with the yards and the stockpiles. I need to wrap my head around that and manage that as well. So yeah, looking to change that, and I probably will rearrange the schedule of how things are getting done, just because I'm going to add that in. But in the long run, we're better off not being back every 2 or 3 years to work on those.
I'm curious as how that, we only got that one auto seal road, if that's going to stand up any better or not.
Probably not.
Yeah,
What we've seen so far.
There's tons of traffic on that. So.
We really haven't had a frosty year since about 19, so I like to get through those, I guess. I'm worried about those. That's what I've been working on, guys.
Before Dave left, he had proposed a new tracking system. Have you had an opportunity to look at that at all?
I haven't. Kind of what we have seems to work for what we're doing. I don't know that I would invest time or effort or money in that right now. You know, you can always do the things better. I think there's a lot of lower hanging fruit to be had at this point.
I just know one of the things that I liked about the system as he proposed it was the farm to market. And I know you and I had a conversation about farm to market rock. And it was easier to stockpile farm to market rock with that tracking system because you could track how much rock you put where.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you have to make the auditors happy and at the DOT. So that's, you know, if they accepted that or didn't accept that, I guess.
Yeah.
We never got to that question, I guess.
And the one thing you and I talked about too on that, just so that the board's up to speed on it, rock doesn't fluctuate. It's not like a grain price where it's up and down, so it just goes up. So trying to buy rock, in my mind, if you could get in and buy rock at a cheaper price and stockpile it, the county would be ahead. But if it's not ever going to do that drop.
It's not going to drop, and yeah, it's always going up. So yeah, keeping a stockpile is a good plan, I guess, at the end of the year to carry it over that way.
I would like to make sure you continue on that automated hours thing, you know, for the different sites. You talked about an app, which sounds like that might be the best way to go.
Yeah, trying to figure that one out. I probably need to. Kronos did it with Tyler software, and you guys have a different.
We're going to touch. Well, yeah, we're looking at it.
Yeah, don't say that yet.
Yeah,
We're
looking at it.
Well, there's going to have to be a
There's going to be a change
software.
eventually.
Yeah.
When you get bids and stuff.
I've been kind of making those changes. Communication's really tough. I mean, we just have telephones out there. We don't have computers. We don't have fax machines. It's just somebody has to run a paper somewhere or call somebody on the telephone. So yeah, we're still working on that.
I would like to see something too where the jobs are sent out automatically to the sheds in the morning. I know my experience has been they all wait for foreman to call
Yeah.
before they do anything.
And that's what I'm looking at. I mean, fax machines are 1990s technology.
Yeah.
I'm looking at those because that's what we did before. We had like a daily work and it just
Came out,
Yeah. And pretty much you could tell what you're gonna do all week
Mhm.
based on how that ran. So yeah, we're trying to move that as
Okay.
well. It'd be easier for everybody.
Or even if they knew the night before what they were doing the next day.
Yeah. Because right now, one time I was out there, when they got there, and they sat there till 8 o'clock waiting for the job to come in that they're supposed to do, so. I mean, they wait for him to call. So that's a lot of burden on him too. So.
You guys are on 5/8 now?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Anything else for John?
No?
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Other than, is somebody cleaning your building now?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
Showed up one day and I missed him the second day, so
Oh,
Sounds like everybody's pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
So far.
very friendly.
Good job, Meg.
Next, we'll go to drainage.
I have 4 invoices that Pot County sent over that I need approval. They've all been approved already. First one is to Bolton and Mank in the amount of $6,720 to the CNR levy. It looks like it's for construction management and observation and classification schedule development. They are just starting the north end development project for the CNR. They already did the south side.
And the County's already approved this, right?
These have been sitting in Pot County for quite some
Yeah,
time.
Okay.
this is from September. They
yeah.
misplaced them and forgot to
That's why
send
there's so
them up.
much of this.
Okay.
in Pot County.
Yeah.
Across the ball.
They-
26th.
Somebody else came up to me and asked for where they are, and I said they were never delivered to me, and so somebody on there dropped the ball, and I requested all of them now.
I'll move to approve the first one, Bolton and Mank, in the amount of $6,720.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Second one is also to Bolton and Mank, CNR, so same drainage district. This one is gonna be for construction management and observation. And I don't know what O&M manual development is, but this one is for a total of $17,623.50. This one was just approved this last Tuesday, by their board.
So my question is, we approve this, and then it gets charged back to the district. Do the people that live in the district have any say-so whatsoever?
This is all grant money.
Okay.
Yeah, from this money, we're still using the money.
So far, nobody in that district has been charged anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
Been grant.
okay. But do they have say-so if it's not
No,
grant
we're
money?
their trustees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have
okay.
say-so because they come to us. and-
Yeah.
They come to us, yeah. They don't have to correct. They come to us
Correct.
and tell us what they, just wondered. Okay. Make a motion to approve the invoice for $17,623.50.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the third invoice is also for the CNR levy. This one's gonna go to Fox Dirt. This is for mowing in the amount of $2,560.
I'll move to approve the Fox Dirt invoice for $2,560.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. South Nobles Lake.
Yep, last one's for South Nobles. This one's gonna be for Bolton and Mank. Professional service damage assessment in the amount of $813.32.
Make a motion to approve the invoice for $813.32.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Before we go, I do have a question. I drove that dirt work yesterday, and I got an earful as well. I'm sure you
Yes,
just
I did too.
So what is the right answer on that?
These are Rebecca's phone number.
So she can get an earful too?
So I talked to John
Yeah.
Rosengren. All of the dirt is gonna come in from Highway 30. None of it's gonna go across 330 when they're done to that point.
Okay.
So they're gonna stay off of all county roads, it's all gonna come in. I think I got all of his questions answered except for the high bank.
Yes,
Apparently that high bank's 1,006 and we're going to 1,004.5. So I don't have an answer on that.
okay,
But where everything was mapped, and originally platted, is exactly where they're digging. It's
Okay.
400 feet off the line. So everything's where it's supposed to be.
so they're smoothing it out first before they pile the dirt on it?
They dig a trench.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they pull that topsoil off, dig a trench.
Extra side. I saw
And
that.
they'll haul the dirt.
Well, I kinda, just so you know, I kinda told him, I said, Brian's in charge of it.
Yep, he told me that on the second or third phone.
Call, yeah, he called me twice yesterday. So. All right.
And then I talked to Brian Shea in Font County as well, and had a conversation with him.
Was John gonna call him, or are we gonna handle that?
The
This
landowner?
is just an upset landowner.
Yeah, yeah, upset landowner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've had conversations.
Okay.
I think it's just one-sided scrutiny.
Okay,
But yeah, I called him back. There was an issue with the power line. Bolton and Mank is picking up the tab on
Okay.
that. That was their screw up, so John told me that. I did ask that Bolton and Mank gets somebody out there overseeing this.
yes.
Right now, it's just been the contractor out there and nobody's watching it, so I asked that we have an inspector of some type out there.
Yeah, I didn't see survey and stuff or anything out there.
No.
So. All right, thank you.
All right, Mason, I didn't involve you in the CNR.
That's good.
Mason and I have had some
You don't
conversations.
hear my side of the story. Anyway, yeah, I petitioned to have Ragland Highway Drainage
Yes.
District clean out.
Yep,
So we have a farm, north, 220th Street, Hamlin Avenue, section 33 and 34, Ragland. Anyway, apparently that's a small, kind of.
about 120 acres, I think, in the
It's a
district.
small district. We have a drainage problem. Looked into it ourselves, just, we tried hard to go to the east into Steer Creek. The bottom of Steer Creek doesn't maintain the channel relative to the tube, so anyway, the tube fills up with mud and the water doesn't want to go east. So the old drainage district that was uncovered by Jerry Hoff, anyway, point being is that if you measure the tubes going west, the water will, that's the history of the Ragland Highway. And the clean out hasn't happened, and Jerry and I talked about it since he farmed it back, been 30 years, been a long time. Anyway, it needs a clean out. The farm is, has no to very, very poor drainage. And we're locked in. We can't go east, we can't go south. It needs to go to the west, so I petitioned to have it clean out to the west.
We looked at one point, when we first started having this conversation, if we put a tube across 220th Street, it would tie it into the Schwertley. But it would have to be a voluntary annexation, and it's a little more involved. The easiest thing to do is to clean the ditch out to the east. It's along the county road. The only thing I don't know is, do we have to haul the dirt off? Because if you look at the district, you have that 120 acres up here, and then it's just a narrow strip that's a road ditch. We don't have any work limits on either side for spoil, so I don't know if we have to haul that off. You and I had talked about that as well, that you would take that dirt and put on the farm.
Yeah.
To save us some trucking.
And when they clean up my ditch, they always ask me first, so I assume that's what we do.
But we can, if the board wishes, we can have Rick at that project, get that cleaned out.
Need a motion?
I'd like to see some maps. I mean, you're motioning and making all this thing, I'd like to actually see it on a map.
You have it all, so the great thing about Beacon is you can go to a drop-down box and highlight drainage districts, and it'll show you these
The
drainage.
other thing, Michelle.
Right, but I'd like to see them here in front of me.
Yeah, we did have them, Michelle Contrich had a new drainage district map for the county.
I can get
We used to have it up right back there.
Right, but I'd like to see something where I have a map in front of me and says, okay, this is this piece of property, like when Larry Bus came in, you know, and this is this piece of property, and, because I want specifics, I don't want to just say, go out and clean out the drainage ditch. I would like, I would like it on record, what we're actually doing.
Well, like I say, Michelle can print you a map. You have all the districts on it. All the lines are on there. by road.
Right, that's the districts, but I'm talking about, I would like to see on paper, this is what we're cleaning out.
Okay, well
Before
essentially
we
it's
just
a,
make a general approval.
In this particular case, we're doing the whole thing, but,
yeah, this is, it's less than a mile.
yeah.
It's a road ditch, basically along 220th Street. If you're familiar with where Star Sturts lives.
No, I'm not, that's, what I'd like to see it, I wanna see it on a map.
Yeah.
I wanna see it in front of us, like Larry Buss brought in and said, this is what we're gonna do, you know, this is what we wanna do. Before I put my name on approval of something, I wanna see it on a map.
Well, let's see, Michelle,
I know it puts it off a week, but could you bring that back next week, and this is what we're approving? Because otherwise, I mean, I don't know, we need it on record, what we're actually doing.
yeah, and that's, you know, I'm familiar with it, I understand what you're saying. I have a drainage map somewhere here, and that's what I usually look at, so,
I'll go on Beacon and find a map after this meeting.
Okay.
so.
there you go.
So I'd like to take.
We used to have that big drainage
I
map.
get what you're saying.
That's so undetailed though.
Yeah.
That gives you a general idea where stuff is, but
Yeah.
I can get an individual for
Okay.
sure.
Perfect.
I'll make a motion to direct Rick Shear to clean this Raglan Highway ditch out for the outlet, the drainage.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
So what's the point in her bringing me a map after the fact?
Why didn't you ask for a map prior? You had this agenda yesterday, you could have asked for the map yesterday. Why do you wait until the meeting?
What is it gonna hurt to wait 1 week?
They want to get in and do their work. They want field work, and they can't because it's muddy. We have an obligation as trustees to make sure this drainage.
But you don't have anything on a map or in writing exactly what you're cleaning out.
We're cleaning out the Raglan Highway ditch.
But this isn't record. Going from here to, saying, you know, going from here to here in the air is not record.
But I guess I came prepared. I guess and it's, you're learning, I understand. But when I get this agenda, I go pull that stuff up so I know what they're talking about.
Right, but none of us have it right here.
I have it right here.
That's, yeah, and with drainage, I work with drainage. I would say for my job as supervisor, 60 to 70% of what I do is drainage.
I'm not saying we shouldn't do it, but we don't have anything on paper that says we're going from this spot to this spot.
Isn't the Raglan Highway, the Raglan Highway is on file in the courthouse, and so to say that it's not known is, I don't know if that's accurate.
Being Raglan,
Is it in Cincinnati?
Raglan.
Raglan is,
Raglan.
220th Street is the border between Cincinnati and Taylor and Raglan.
Yeah.
So 220th Street between Hamlin Avenue and Garland Avenue is kind of bulk of it.
Yeah.
It'll trend a little bit east of Hamlin
Yeah.
on 220th, but it'll run all the way to Garland Avenue. That's a mile.
Right on the bottom of Raglan.
Correct. Along, 220th Street is the
Yeah.
border, you know. So the drainage ditch is the
So
north.
does it go Garland to the east?
Yeah, from Garland to just east of Hamlin.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, if you have some coordinates, I'm okay with that, but just to say, go clean out the drainage ditch,
This
It's
is
kind of
probably
broad.
the smallest district.
I see like no action on it ever, it's so tiny, it's one of our very inactive, because it's so tiny.
Where's, okay, I got Garland and 220th and go to the east.
Yeah, but then Hamlin goes to the south.
Yes.
There's a T right there.
Hamlin T
Yes.
is in the Garland.
Right there.
so then if you.
To the first line, yeah, it was right there.
So this is what we're gonna clean out from here to here.
Right along the ditch, right along the road.
Can that be specified in the minutes?
It was this,
The entire
as
district,
far as the district, yeah.
entire district.
That is the entire district, that
Yep.
little strip?
Actually, that strip is not the entire district. The district goes to the north of that.
For drainage, yeah, drainage.
About that east line, about halfway between those two lines, and there's 120 acres.
Yeah, that's just the route, that's not the, that flows into it.
Okay, so then are we gonna go ahead and do, we're talking about doing this, are we gonna go ahead and do along Garland Avenue?
No, that is the old soldier. That does have problems.
But we
We
haven't,
haven't had a petition on it.
yeah,
But I think the big holdup on the whole thing is that culvert in the interstate. So there is an injunction right now. There's a temporary, and then we have to decide after the temporary if we want to move forward with a permit.
Okay,
and we normally wait until someone petitions us, and that's what Mason's doing now, because he's obligating himself to pay for it. So,
as part of the district, you end up, it gets billed back to you
All
and
the
everybody
landowners
else
in that
in
district,
Yeah.
that district.
which I think there's 3 landowners. Two, your entire farm is in the district, and then half of these are in.
It only takes one person to petition.
Yes.
Right, and I'm not against doing it, I just want it on record, like what.
When I send on the agenda, if you need anything in advance of 24 hours in advance, I have no problem
Right,
searching out
but
information.
because I'm new at this and didn't know,
I know, but
does
just
it,
from
doesn't
now
mean we
on,
still don't need.
I have no problem sending you stuff, so just reach out to me.
Yeah,
And I'll try to get you some.
can we amend our motion to make it, that we'll clean out from Garland Avenue to the,
No, I think the Ragland Highway District encompasses
You gotta
that.
do the whole district.
okay? But that is the whole district.
Correct. All right, we got a motion and a second, we'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah, looks like this one, that's for you have one?
I probably have it at home.
I'll call it this afternoon.
Thank you for hearing that.
Yep.
You got that.
Right. Did she vote?
I did not, I'm gonna abstain.
Next, we have consider approval of pay application number 7 for courthouse entrance project in the amount of $6,281.15.
This is our last one?
No, so this is, so we did pay 6 a month ago, I think. So the doors were supposed to be delivered to Bill Den on Tuesday. But this is the retainage for the cement work,
Okay.
which Kirk wants to get paid out to,
Johnson's.
yes, thank you. So then the remainder of the retainage is for the doors.
Are they replacing those, or were they
They're replacing
on this side?
this side and then the ADA doors.
Okay. Okay.
So how much is still left in retainage after this?
It's on there, I think it's like 12,
1,296?
yeah.
So this is gonna put us. Basically, we're $14,000 over the original bid. Yeah, the original contract.
I know we had to do a
You did several.
change order.
Right, but the change orders, it's $14,543 worth of change orders.
Sounds about right.
That's what it says on here, so. Did you want me to look at this?
I think that's, sure. Is this your plan?
I've got one, if you want to hold on to that.
I'll move to approve the pay application number 7 for the courthouse entrance project in the amount of $62.81.15.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Discussion action on ISAC request for funding for Shelby and Story County's litigation.
This will be the second request from them. We did it one at a time. And this is in support of their lawsuit with the Summit pipeline. So every county is doing 500, so it's kind of
Yeah.
helps out.
And I think we get a lot of benefit from what they're fighting for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Could be in the same boat.
Did you guys get the letter from Sherry?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not just about the pipeline, it's about local ordinances,
Yes.
them trying to bypass the local ordinances, so yeah, it's not just
I
the
think we've
pipeline.
used everything they've done in our recodification
Yeah.
effort in the middle of it.
Absolutely.
Right. Make a motion to approve the funding request for ISAC
You want to include the amount?
for $500 for Shelby and Story County litigation.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Do you want that to come out of the board budget, or who's paying that?
Who paid on the
Yeah,
board?
board budget's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Any further discussion?
What line item should we take it out of? I mean, do we have,
I'll find something,
okay,
I just wanna know what department to pull from.
Yep.
okay.
Call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we have fiscal year 24 audit report to discuss. I don't know how you guys want to go about this. Kind of what I was thinking is focus on the ones that were not accepted.
Mhm.
Or the ones that just say acknowledged. I mean, the accepted ones, we can touch on them, but they-
Several are the same thing because.
it
they're
is,
too small.
segregation of duties is a huge thing, especially with departments that only have one person. Planning and zoning only have one person, EMA only has one person, it's hard for those departments to have that segregation.
This very first one was just,
Response acknowledged, so we can, and that is segregation of duties.
Yeah.
And this is public, anybody in the public can find this report.
I have a copy if somebody wants it. Anybody wants those pages? I only had one, sorry.
The first one on the segregation of duties is a recurring one, and we get it every year.
Right, it just says response acknowledged.
Yeah, so they are acknowledging that you're responding, but they're not accepting it as a valid, not valid, but it's not, they're not accepting your reasoning or response. So then on that second page, it lists each department that was listed and their response.
But on the places where there is the ability to have segregation of duties,
Looks like the treasurer's office and the auditor.
They're not mentioned.
What are you reading?
I'm reading page 2 here of the responses. That just means you didn't respond, huh?
No,
The treasurer and the auditor are not listed at all.
Oh, no findings.
Yeah.
No findings.
so the ones that had responses,
I
were
should say
recorder,
that.
sheriff, conservation, the welcome center, EMA 911, planning, zoning, and public health. And you can read their responses in each of those.
Yep.
And the conclusion is each office should continue to review and implement control procedures to obtain the maximum internal control possible. Also, an initial listing of mail receipts should be prepared and reconciled to receipt records by someone independent of the receipt process. The reconciliation should document signatures and dates of the independent reviewer. We good with that one?
I'm just looking through here. Yeah. I'm sure everybody had a response.
okay. There's just one that, basically just because planning is only has one
One
person.
EMA's the same way.
EMA 911.
Yeah, but he kind of brings everything to the board.
Okay.
Number 2, it said response was accepted. And that is financial reporting.
Which is, there are several balances reported on the cash annual financial report which did not agree with county records. And
Page are you looking at?
I'm on 89.
Yeah, he's at the bottom of the second page.
Yeah.
Okay.
for the condition.
on financial reporting.
Yep.
Once again, about its internal control. And says here, the cause was county policies do not require and procedures have not been established to require independent review of year-end cutoff transactions to ensure the county's financial statements are accurate and reliable. Recommendation, the county should implement procedures to ensure all receivables are identified and properly included in the county's financial statements. The county should also establish procedures to ensure the cash AFR agrees with the county's records. And our response was, we'll look at the possibility of having year-end transactions reviewed by another employee. And response is response accepted. Conclusion is response accepted.
Up here, this, I just want to understand this better. Additionally, during the audit, we identified material amounts of receivables that were not properly recorded in the county's financial statements. Adjustments were subsequently made to properly report these amounts in the financial statements, so,
Where you at, on 89?
No, on 90.
Chapter 90.
Number 30.
It does say adjustments were subsequently made to properly report these amounts in the financial statements. So they're just pointing out that originally it wasn't done, and then they did make adjustments. So it's just, it's been accepted. They basically say, look, we're gonna do it right in the future.
Correct. If we get it again next year, then we'll have a truck.
Yeah, okay. All right,
Number 3, payroll, that response was accepted.
That was,
That's the repeat one that you'll have for the next 25 years.
And that's the one where we're paying ahead of time, essentially, we're a week ahead.
And we started in 2019, I think it was, fixing it. But any employee hired prior to 2019 until they retire or leave, we will have that.
okay. Yep, I remember hearing about that before.
and we should work with the county attorney, so it's up to you to make sure we stay on this.
So, yeah, it says here, all newly hired employees, like she said,
Mhm.
are paid current, but it's the ones that were,
In the past.
it's just too hard to, that'd be a,
We would essentially
County
have to
night.
not pay people for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
which I don't want to be the person that tells someone that.
that would not be cool.
Okay, response accepted.
Number 4, computer system, that response is accepted.
Uh,
We do not have a written
Disaster recovery plan.
For all our computer systems and that, right?
My hope is that that audit in next week with ICIT will help
Yeah.
us
I
develop.
bet they have some plans we can borrow from.
Yeah, because that's a scary one.
It's always gonna be too,
Yeah.
you're right.
So basically, we are addressing it by
Mhm.
what we're doing next week, okay, good?
Accepted.
Number 5, conservation welcome center, that response was accepted.
And that was reconciling bank statements to book balances and daily collections to deposit to ensure the accuracy of the county records.
Right, and you have to also remember that this was 2024, so
Mhm.
now we have a new person at the Welcome Center, so
Yep.
they can go off these recommendations.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure she got them already.
great, and then hopefully we'll have this when they do the 25 audit.
Number 6 is conservation welcome center reporting, and that response was acknowledged. There's a lot of internal controls, it looks like.
So, you're looking at this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Conservation Welcome Center did not prepare a year-to-date summary of receipts and disbursements for financial reporting. Additionally, fees for credit card processing are automatically deducted from the Welcome Center's checking account. These amounts were not included in the county's budget or financial reports.
That, was it 3% or whatever it is?
so that.
Did you get a statement from the state after that's done for the year, how much you paid or anything? Well, it's not the state, it's a private company, isn't it?
Private, yeah. No, but we can add up what we, you
Okay.
know, it's just 12 months.
Okay.
And so we can include that. And then, the year-to-date summary of receipts and disbursements come in our monthly reviews of expenditures and revenue. And those are always balanced with receipts. I mean, they have been,
Right, and then the board approves them.
and the board approves them.
Okay.
And that's kind of what their recommendation
Right.
is, right? So it sounds like you guys have corrected that.
Mhm. Okay.
I can see how the next one, you haven't had this very long.
Yeah, number 7, I think Todd's here, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
K-9 account, bank reconciliation.
Do you run a separate account on that, Todd?
Yeah, this is 501c3.
Oh, it is,
So
okay.
yeah, we get donations that come in.
Okay. So you just have to have a monthly reconciliation or whatever.
Yeah, so there will be some months where I don't write anything. I put the statements in there, have all the receipts in it.
Okay.
They just want me to fill out basically my own, which I have, it's on the computer, but they want it printed off with a signature on it.
Okay.
It says literally the same thing as the month before. So I'm gonna kill the trees and
Yeah, well, I know Sheila comes in every month and has us sign off on all of the reconciliation. Would
Yeah.
it be too much for all of those outside accounts to come in?
Well, I would think in his case, the sheriff should sign
That's
that.
who signs
Right.
off.
That's the
Right.
process we use now, is I do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
He does the monthly reconciliations, and then I review it and sign off and date it.
yeah, for those sections that have that, like, not, 911, they have a board and stuff.
So was that not happening before, but is now, is that?
Sure. Yes,
The reconciliation is what I think was the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
it is.
because I don't always print it off, have it signed, if it doesn't have a change on it. So in order to appease state, I will print off a piece of paper and have somebody sign it.
And put it in the file.
Yeah, it's in a file.
Okay.
He's been
Two
doing
files.
it. I can vouch, he's been doing it since last time.
Yeah, anyway, auditors.
All right, thanks, Todd.
Yep, thank you.
Number 8 is jail bond account bank reconciliation. That response was acknowledged. And I think that's kind of the same
Same
thing.
thing.
It's
And
reconciliation.
actually, we're making some changes in the jail. We have, it's called a turnkey account, to where the jail handles less money, I guess you could say, because they have to put it into a machine, and then if they leave, they have an account, or some money in that account, and they leave, they get a little credit card thing. when they leave.
It's like your canteen or food thing or whatever, is that what it is?
What is,
What's the money for that they put in there?
yeah, so they put the money into this machine,
Okay,
and then it goes onto their jail
Okay.
account. And then once they leave, they'll get a credit card or a bank card,
whatever the balance is.
whatever the balance
Okay.
is. So we've made some changes in that aspect, so it'll probably, it'll be for better, in reference to the audit.
Thank you, sir. Were you expecting some trouble? Is that why you-
He's been trained on turnkey, I have. If I had any further questions, or if you had any further questions,
Okay.
I asked Garrett to come over just so we can answer those.
Yep,
Happy with that, thank you.
thanks.
Number 9, that response was acknowledged. It was unsupported expenditures.
Let's see.
Brandon, you're listed on that one too. The county sheriff should maintain support for all expenditures to support the total amount paid.
I think that's gas, so I know they want receipts for everything that we spend a credit card on. Well, sometimes those gas receipts, obviously, you've ever been to a gas station, but then after hours, we're not able to obtain a receipt. So I do a daily, actually it's a monthly log, but it's daily for the deputies, that they have to log the amount of gas they got and the amount they paid for it. So I get a monthly log with their daily, if they use their credit card.
I know there's.
And I know
Yeah.
they're okay with that. We had a conversation about receipts from the gas pump isn't always accessible. And we came to the conclusion that the monthly thing I get.
It says one credit card purchase.
Yeah. It happened once.
They didn't find one, a receipt for it, so.
Okay.
Other findings?
So that response was accepted.
Yep.
That's us.
Yeah, that's,
The budget.
well, yeah.
You know where I'm at? Okay, so, well, this one, yeah. Are you on 96?
95.
5, yeah.
During the year ended June 30th, 2024, disbursements exceeded the amount budgeted in the roads and transportation function. In addition, disbursements in certain departments exceeded the amounts appropriated prior to approval of an appropriation amendment at the end of the
We
year.
need to do amendment.
Yep.
We did not do that. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
And you guys will work to make sure expenses are not exceeding budget amounts. Okay?
So we didn't do an
Amendment.
amendment.
Yep. We usually do a total one at the end of the year.
Right, but if you still allow a department to spend after that, then
So we can't let them
So we
spend.
need to
you have to actually cut them off
Yeah.
if they're over.
The amendments need to be made before the expenditures
stop.
were made.
And then stop.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, they were going over budget and then coming back and trying to amend the budget. That's not,
I don't know if it was that or if we just,
that, I
just
mean, that's a
didn't-
general term. but-
yeah,
Yeah.
and these bills came in, we just didn't approve the amendment to pay them.
Mhm.
And so they did go over budget, yes.
Right,
The board minutes, the minutes for meetings were not signed until the final minute book was printed at the end of the calendar year of 2023. That is changed, I'm signing.
It's every time now, yeah.
what, where are you looking?
On page 96, it is 2024.
Okay, so as far as 25, or 95, page 95. Okay, so we're good. Basically 25, or 24D.
Is what was actually on there that I didn't amend for.
Yeah, 24D
No,
is,
24D is related party transactions.
Right,
Right.
you just have to list those out.
Yeah, and anything over 6,000 should be bid. If it's
And we
related
fixed
party.
that one, for sure.
we fixed the trucking.
Yeah.
And then the other one, they've been made aware of it.
Okay. Yep. And that's just that's not something anyone is doing wrong. It's
Just
just,
tighten up.
They
it's
just have
just,
to list it,
right, it's just rules.
just a transparency.
Right, yep. It's not something that someone's breaking the law or anything.
We have no restricted donuts, that's good. I thought we did review our surety bond.
Yeah, they're just saying you should. We do.
Okay.
So,
The minutes one, you got that?
the minutes, okay, so you have to sign, go in there and sign the
The vote.
book, okay? And that wasn't being done or something?
No, I will say Megan has done an excellent job with minutes. You
Excellent.
know, when I ran for this office, that was one thing that was brought to me by a lot of people, was the minutes, and
Yeah,
Megan's on top of the minutes.
sign on timely.
Yeah.
Right. So you've been, I mean, that's taken care of, this was 2024, but now it's taken care of.
Yeah, we
Sign
had a
it.
different clerk at the time.
No non-compliance with deposit investments. We did property tax revenue to conservation purposes required. Perfect, in order to receive the refunds. Good job on that. The annual urban renewal report, we approved that. No exceptions were noted. And this one, I assume, Megan, is because of the stuff we didn't amend for, the first one.
Which one?
2024A.
Okay,
On page 95?
Yeah.
oh, you're on A?
Did you go back that page?
Forgot to turn the page, sorry.
Yes, you're correct.
But this is back to Brandon again. You are remitting commissary.
Yeah, it said his response is accepted.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It's done.
he's reviewing them. Check.
Yeah, this is.
So I think when it talks about the cancellation of the checks. Is that the one where you're at?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever, previously, obviously we made that change with the turnkey deal now. Previously, someone would get a check for their whatever balance they had when they left the jail. Sometimes that could be like 17 cents or 37 cents, yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't think they were cashing those checks. So that's where the outstanding
Okay.
balance accrues to where obviously our balance in our bank doesn't show what it actually should be because they're not cashing their checks when they leave. So.
Yep.
Which hopefully with this card thing,
Yep,
it'll
solves all
help,
that.
it'll help with that.
That-
Or just stop getting arrested.
These people will just stop getting put in jail. It's really easy. All right, the second one has kind of the same deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're just wanting both the front and the back of
The
those
check.
checks,
Yeah.
because the signature goes on the back. So we do have those available versus online, but we weren't getting a paper document of it.
You were killing trees.
They want
Yeah.
electronic now.
No, they
No, they
wanted it out,
wanted
they
it.
wanted a one in hand,
Oh, okay.
instead of the online
Electronic,
version.
okay.
We have it online, you can look at it, see who signed it and all that. but-
That's all mine come to me is.
Yeah, it's-
On the last one, Brandon, you got a deficit of 2268 for the special revenue drug search and seizure fund. It says you'll work to bring that back to a positive balance. What's the plan to bring that back?
So my fund balance went down.
Got a deficit.
In 2024, you had a
Yeah.
deficit.
Is that back in a positive now?
I'm not sure.
Is that what you get to keep when you seize stuff? Is that what that means? It's a special revenue drug search and seizure fund.
But I would have to look into it further before. I
Yeah.
do it.
All right,
We have seized some property, but that amount doesn't
come up,
look
okay.
clear to me, so.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Can I just, that one?
I'll make a look into it. All right,
Anything else on that?
I'm happy with that.
I think it's good. I thank you guys for bringing this out.
Yes.
It's not that anybody was doing anything horribly wrong, or, it's just, this makes it transparent that, hey, it's all simple things that can be fixed, can be taken care of.
Yep. Like I said, it is public can access
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Thank you to everyone who came
Yeah.
in.
Came and helped,
answered
yeah.
our questions.
Thank you. It's nice to actually hear it from the different departments and because on paper doesn't,
Right, that's everybody here.
All right, next we have discussed volunteer board appointments and deadline dates.
Okay, we have our page up. And everybody needs to load this stuff into that page. Everything's right here. We just need to get it loaded up. And a standard application. You're on top of this, I should let you talk.
yeah. There are positions that are coming, their term expires December 31st. I have the list of those ones that expired. We've got county conservation, planning and zoning board of adjustment, civil service commission, and we've got a couple on the board of health. The civil service commission, I believe, there's just one, but I believe you said that there's another person that doesn't want to be on that anymore. Is that right? Did you say?
Yeah, Russ Lawrence did one on
Is
So then
that ever met, that board?
No, I talked to Brandon and we don't, it's not something we have to use. You have to have one fire department person, you have to have a law enforcement person, and then the third one is,
County attorney.
the county attorney.
the county, no,
That's what it says here.
Well,
County
they-
attorney's appointment is Jason Messerschmidt.
yeah, the county attorney's appointment was, he's law enforcement. That was, I think, before Sarah's time, but he's fine. So, I don't know, code says we have to have it.
Right, it's one of those
Brandon
boards.
said we don't use it, they
I think that's more to handle a grievance, isn't it? If
Yeah,
the
right.
deputy has a grievance, then they-
Yeah,
Yeah, so we do have to, and I haven't talked, you know, I have to talk to Jessie, her term is
So you need a
ending,
fire person,
and somebody else.
deputy, and then. who would
No,
come?
Jason is the law enforcement,
Jason is, okay.
so we'll need someone from the fire department,
Okay.
Which you have Russ on now, his term doesn't end until 28.
right, if he doesn't wanna,
I'm not sure Jason's still, I think he may have retired. Festerson.
Yeah.
right, but he's former law enforcement, so he's okay, yeah. That's my understanding. So basically, if we have one spot open on that. I have the application,
Good, standard application.
I emailed that to you, Megan,
When did you send that?
just this morning, so, I don't know. I sent a PDF so that she can put it online.
Can you send it again? 'Cause I don't have it.
Okay,
That's simple enough.
and like we talked about before, we have the, we talked about it at conservation too. We have the committees to send forward 3 applications. We talked about a December 1st deadline for the applications, we talked about that the other night. But
It's
that's
pretty close.
pretty close.
Plus we want to get the newspaper.
Right, we have to get it in the newspaper that, or we should, I should say, we don't have to. These are volunteer
Yeah,
positions.
but yeah,
But I think we should, in transparency, put it in the newspaper.
I don't want to hear again, well, I didn't know anything about it.
Right, right. And then, so I was thinking change it to December 15th.
Okay.
We have a board meeting on the 18th, so then we can talk about it on the 18th.
Okay.
And then, of course, we don't make they can send,
We do this at our organizational meetings, so we have to have the
Right.
names and everything in
right.
by the end of the year.
So if we make,
Engineer, the Title VI typically is engineers.
Or auditors.
yeah,
So we need to find someone for that ADA and that Title VI.
Is that on federal aid? It's just on federal aid stuff,
Yes.
right?
yeah.
It's probably mostly.
On both of them?
We can just but that we can do.
Susie always did it before.
And those aren't necessarily volunteer positions, those are,
No, but that's, I have a concern with those because those are good.
right. So we can do those on December or January 2nd. The Veterans Affairs does not,
There is no,
we don't do that, we don't
yeah,
bring that in front of us because it's so specific.
and they'll take
They have.
anybody who's interested.
Yeah.
They're not limited.
Right. I think I would like to have a closed session meeting next week, on a couple things, as far as, the policy is how many meetings you have to attend when you're on these boards. And so I would like to have a closed session meeting next week, on that.
I know what you're saying, though, there should be some policy
There is.
of how many meetings you miss before you're off the board. We don't have anything like that? I thought we already did.
A policy?
Yeah,
I would assume it's in code.
There's not a set amount.
okay.
If you can show abandonment of a position, then you can move to remove that officer. But as far as a bright line number of meetings that you have to attend, there's nothing.
How do we determine the abandonment? Just a call by the board, or?
There are parameters of it, Tony,
Okay.
that you can look at.
Okay.
There's different criteria,
Okay,
and I'm happy to provide that to the board.
perfect.
Okay, all right. So, do you want to go, I'll make sure Megan has the application to put online.
And this list can go up on there, you know?
Well, I've got the list of the ones that are open.
Okay, perfect.
Um,
Open ones and just put the dates on it, right? Won't that
I
just
can,
work?
I don't know, look at this list and see what you think of the ones that people need to apply for.
I need to add that, the ADA coordinator, do we ever have anybody doing that?
Susie used to do it.
What does the ADA coordinator do?
I don't know.
David should.
Well, I assume it's Americans with Disabilities.
Yeah,
Well, I think we just found our ADA
I
coordinator.
think so too. Thank you for volunteering.
And the Title VI, a lot of that federal funding does affect secondary roads more so than anyone else.
Yeah, and we're
yeah.
compliant with that's pretty much written into what we do, so I just don't know if anybody else is getting federal funds, so. But if we have mostly exposure, that's fine.
Okay.
The only other one would be, have you two FEMA, EMA maybe, I don't know, not very much. Okay,
Okay,
John goes in there. John goes in there.
well, yeah, if we can,
They both volunteered, John.
We're both
Well,
waiting for
that's-
Christmas bonus.
it can be official,
Yeah, we appointed.
December, or January 2nd, I keep saying December, January 2nd. That's all I've got as far as
Did you
the
put,
one,
did you have the civil service, you did have it on the civil service commission?
right, yep, I did.
There's two people there.
Do you have on there who they need to turn them into?
On the application? Yeah, I had it to turn them into me, that's what we had
That's
talked
fine.
about.
You can pass them off to the different,
Because we've got the, for conservation, it's Thad and Nate and I, as far as who looks
Reviewing
over the
them?
applications.
okay?
David, we have a meeting, board meeting next week. It was, yeah, it was supposed to be,
We kind of set up a committee that's Christy Jackson, Nate Alvis, Fran Hudson, and then you.
and me.
Okay.
I gotta talk to Matt.
Is Larry staying on, do you know?
He hasn't decided
Okay.
yet,
Well,
but you're saying that they still need to fill out new
everybody
applications.
What we had talked about is everybody applying. It's just not, it's not
Right.
like we did last year. We made them all apply,
Right.
even if they were already on, so. maybe
No,
we should-
no, you didn't make anybody apply last year other than conservation. You appointed everyone else last year.
We need to, I think people need to apply if there's
Yeah.
open places. I mean,
Yeah.
people are already on
Yeah, and
there.
I'm fine with it as long as we're consistent.
Yeah.
Like Megan said last year, we went through and just did everybody, and then we got conservation and
Yeah.
said, wait a minute, they have to apply.
Well, let's have everybody apply that, to an open position. I don't think people, the terms that are ending,
No, I think we should,
why is that?
because that was what we ran into last year, is because, when they've been on there long periods of time. And so in order to make it equal, we have to make
You're the ones
everybody.
that sort it all out.
But it's just the seat that's up that year.
Yeah,
Not everybody on that board has to reapply for their seats that aren't expiring at the time.
No, we have to have them all apply, because otherwise you're just, the thing last year, and that's why conservation was different, is because they've been on there a long period of time, and so we said, okay, fine, well, everybody will apply.
Right, so, just so I don't think we're on the same page here. Like Larry Green, if you go to zoning board, Larry Green's term doesn't end until 2027, so Larry Green won't have to apply until 2027.
No, I'm not saying all the board members, but only the ones that are expiring
Correct.
December
Yes,
correct.
31st. Yeah, I'm not saying
Now we're on the
all,
same page.
okay, yeah. No, all the ones whose terms are expiring, any terms that are expiring,
that's
they
apply.
all apply. No, not all of them, no, I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you meant. So, that's,
So the 15th of December,
mhm,
you get in the newspaper and up on the website.
mhm.
Okay?
That's the deadline, and then we can talk about it on the 18th. We don't have to make any decisions,
Right.
but I think it should be talked about,
I agree.
that we've either got applications or whatever, just so we keep you guys up to date.
Okay. And the 15th is the closeout, so after that, we would appoint.
We'll appoint
On January
the
2nd, but
January.
Yeah, January
no,
2nd.
the different departments, like, I'll get together with Thad and Nate,
Mhm.
and I'll get together with David and well, Christie and
Yeah. Who's on that
Dr.
board, yeah.
Alice and Fran. And then we talked about sending 3 applications to us,
Yeah.
if we have 3.
Right, right.
We don't know that we'll have 3 per position, but,
Can I say something, just for clarification's sake,
no,
or no?
no,
Okay.
In public comments, you can.
you can in public comment. Okay, so December 15th, and then the different departments will
Okay.
get together and we'll talk about it a little bit on the 18th, just so we kind of are updated, and then we'll make our, they'll have, the departments will have to have their 3 recommendations to us before January, by January 1, basically, because we'll meet on January 2nd.
Well, we want to review them before that, don't you?
Yeah, we will.
Right, they'll have to have them to us,
Yeah.
well, we can say,
By the 26th, I'm sorry, put the wrong calendar.
yeah,
The week before is Christmas Day, so
Yeah,
we're
so
probably gonna
You're
have
getting
to
into the
do
holiday
it
season.
prior to, which would
But we have to meet the 31st, right?
be the 18th.
We have to do for the, no, I'm sorry. You're right,
You could discuss it on the 31st, yes.
yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that'd be
Christmas
good.
is on a Thursday this year, so
Yeah.
we'll have to look at.
We
Which
meet
the
on
18th
30th.
is the week before that, so that only gives you 1 week, and that's Christmas week. So you
That's
might
fine.
consider moving your deadline up. If you're gonna interview all those candidates in 1 week.
We're not, that's what the different committees are for. We're gonna,
But you're on all the committees.
right, that's fine. I don't really think it's gonna be a problem.
Okay. Minutes from October 30th.
So we'll get together on the 31st.
I'll move to approve the minutes for
No,
October.
no,
You don't want to do the minutes, okay.
no,
The change?
there's a change.
Okay.
It was changed, I didn't send
Okay,
it out.
okay,
Okay.
all right.
Move to approve the minutes for
October 30th.
October 30th.
Second,
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
can I see that change, please?
You guys have any updates before we go to public comment?
I don't, today, no.
I did see, I know you have RPA, Tony, there was an email sent this morning that they were wanting to move the meeting, but there's conflict because Pot County has moved their meeting due to Thanksgiving week or something, so make sure you check in on that.
So are
Just keep me
we,
informed on
that brings up the question as far as,
Yeah.
okay, so Thanksgiving is on a Thursday, obviously. Are we meeting that week?
We'll
You
figure
have
that
to
out
meet
next
on the-
week.
You have to meet on the 18th.
Yeah, we're meeting like 3 times that
Yes.
week.
We're meeting the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 18th,
Of the
And then
week
we're here
before?
the next Tuesday, are we here the 25th?
potentially.
So we're gonna meet on the 12th, 13th, and 14th, we have meetings,
12th, 13th, 14th, and 18th.
and 18th.
What's
Okay.
on the 18th?
Second tier canvas.
Okay,
And then the 25th would be if you have any,
Business for that week,
well, no, if you have any write-ins that don't accept their
Yeah.
position.
okay.
what about the 20th? Are we not meeting on the 20th since we're meeting on the 18th, or are we meeting on the 20th also?
That's up to you guys. I will be in Des Moines at training, so
Okay.
if you guys want to meet the 20th, you can.
If we're gonna be here the 18th, we should be able to
Yeah.
get business accomplished that day.
Unless,
Let's make sure we put an agenda out for 17th then,
What's the 17th?
Monday.
we have to have the agenda out, you said, no?
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you said put an agenda out for the 17th.
So if we're meeting the 18th, and then if we met on the 20th, would we possibly not have to meet on the 25th?
The 25th is an election issue, so it would be,
Yeah.
Okay,
it would be if there's a write-in that declines, which I won't know until
so we're gonna be 12th, 13th,
Okay.
14th, 18th.
after the 18th sometime.
Okay.
So if, there's a possibility we could meet on the 20th if you already know that they declined?
Which would be tight, because I won't even send them out till the 18th,
Yeah,
Okay.
so getting it on by the 19th. By the 19th.
But the 25th is only if somebody declines their write-in. Otherwise, we don't have to meet?
correct.
You don't have to meet that day, no.
All right, anyway, that way, that's fine.
We're getting ahead up here.
Yeah. That answers that one. How are you doing on the cleaning? I mean, obviously you've got cleaning people hired. Did you get 2?
Yep, and I got an outstanding review from the sheriff's office. They said they are extremely happy.
Good.
And John, you're happy? And Dave, you're happy?
I think so.
Okay,
I haven't heard
soon
anything
to
really,
tell?
but.
are you happy?
We didn't know they were coming, so we declined the clean, but we're looking forward to it next week.
Okay.
So who did we hire?
Sarah Beers and Tammy Amato.
Sarah Beers? And then, I worked the election on,
Transparency, I did see Rebecca at the election place.
I didn't talk to her, I tried not to talk to her.
I said hi, so that is extent of our
Okay.
conversation.
But I'm here to say, okay, because it's on record that I voted against increasing the absentee ballot
Counters?
counters.
Mhm.
I'm really glad I worked. It's a very long day, it's a lot of responsibility. I mean, because it's important to make sure that you're not letting people vote that can't. And you have people that look at you and say, you know who I am. And you're like, I'm sorry, but you have to state your name and address. But anyway, long story short is I'll have it on record, I've changed my mind. I was wrong. Those people do need to be paid. And I said to the gal at the beginning, I'd do this for free. And she goes, you might think differently by the end of the day. And I was like, yeah, I think it'd be awesome if people could, work the election just so they know what those people do and what they have, the responsibility they have. But yeah, I do think those people should be paid, so I was wrong. I'll admit it.
Did it go well, your experience?
Yeah, it went really well. We didn't have any problems, thank goodness. In Woodbine, we didn't have any printer problems or any problems. I mean, there's sometimes when, unfortunately, we have to send a couple people saying, oh, you're at the wrong precinct, and then you hate that, because then they're trying to make it to the other precinct. But I definitely think they should be paid.
Good.
And not just because I did it, but it is,
You see what happens, yeah.
it's responsibility, and our gals did really good. They stopped by.
Wasn't any problems anywhere, was there?
Other than
printer?
printers, no.
I talked to Ruth Neal. Ruth's been doing this since before Susie. She named
She
whoever.
said live harder. Wasn't she
Yes.
39 years or something?
Yes, she's been doing it that long and still doing it. And she went back to, they had to hand count them at that night. And I said, we have people who are wanting us to do that again. And she said, absolutely not, I'll never do that again.
She also told me she'll never work again.
But that's something too, I would encourage people to do it. We do have a lot of people that are older, like a couple of the gals in Woodbine were older, and we need younger
Sounds like
people to
all of
step up. I'm not older, I'm not even a senior citizen yet.
That would be nice if some younger people would come in.
Yeah, and learn while some of these older people are still there and
Yeah.
because even they said, we do this once a year, and so we forget,
Sure.
how you're supposed to do stuff, so I would encourage people to be involved. I know it takes, and that's the other reason why I had a constituent come to me and say, I heard you voted no, you shouldn't have done that, and I called her back up and said, you were right, and some of these people, if they have to, nobody's gonna take off work, when they don't get paid. Some people can't afford to take off work or take a vacation day or whatever, so it is nice.
Can anybody over 18 do that?
Yep. So, thank you, Megan, for letting me do that. I appreciate it.
That was your first
Hopefully you'll work
election,
again.
wasn't it? Is that your
Second.
first election?
Second?
I have a special in March.
Oh, yes.
You have a
Hopefully
special.
you'll work again.
Oh, yeah, I will. I told the gals over there, I wanna
Hop around.
go to different ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it takes a team. I know Matt.
Matt is awesome. He helps us so much.
He does the heavy lifting.
He does all the heavy lifting.
And they worked.
Yeah.
A lot of hours, a lot of hard work. But
Good.
anyway,
Right, go to public comment. The board now will allow up to 30 minutes for comments from the public. The board will call speakers in the order in which they have signed up on the form provided. Each speaker is limited to no more than 3 minutes for speaking and must first state his or her name for the record. Comments should be directed to the board as a whole and should refrain from personal attacks or from addressing individual employees or citizens. Comments should be also limited to one topic. Detailed information about the public comment policy is available upon request. First, we have Marilyn J. Menser.
Marilyn J. Menser. I just want to thank the board for going through the audit today. I thought it was wonderful that you went through and provided information to the public on what you're gonna do moving forward, so thank you.
I'm glad.
That was wonderful.
Some people here it too.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. Thank you.
Brad.
Brad Doyle. Well, she stole my thunder. I was going to thank you also for going through the audit, and appreciate it. Thank you.
Next, we have Sherry.
I'll stand up so you can hear me. First of all, thank you very much for supporting Shelby and Story counties. The brief, the amicus brief and the support has nothing to do with the pipeline. I do not have my red shirt on today because it has nothing to do with the pipeline. This is local control, and the fact is that Summit sued Shelby County first, saying you can't set ordinances to do this. Shelby County had an ordinance in effect 25 years ago limiting an area of 2 miles around a city or a town for economic development. Summit didn't look. They said they did, but they didn't. So the point is that ordinance was already in effect for 25 years. Then when the pipeline notice came in that they were coming, they started looking at, okay, we've got nursing homes. We have a park and a ball field 200 feet away from that pipeline. So with no setbacks, they can build it wherever they want to. And in reality, at this point, they can build it wherever they want to because they're going to put it 4 feet below the ground. Consequently, all of these other safety things go away that PHMSA has in effect, which some of the teeth was taken out of PHMSA when Doge came through. But they can build right next to a nursing home. In one instance, they have the ability to go between a playground and a shop. And this is up in northwestern Iowa. So this has nothing to do with that pipeline other than the fact that if a city or a county, if a county cannot set an ordinance and say you cannot build here, which you probably even have something in effect for confinements, because I know Shelby County does, then what is the point of having supervisors if this is going to happen? So this is all about local control. I totally appreciate it. Shelby County will appreciate it. Story County will appreciate it. The counties in red, as of late last night, have supported the amicus brief and given donations. And Grundy counties like Harrison County, they don't have a pipeline going through it. They just are out there saying, yeah, we support you. So thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Sharon.
Next, we have Mason Thad.
All right, Thad Bodas, I guess I just have some concern with the December 15th date for the board member process. We had a board meeting Monday, and my board and you discussed December 1st, just to allow us a little more time. I just feel like, if we're closing the date on December 15th, it's a tight window to get my schedule, her schedule, Nate's schedule, and the person applying schedule all aligned to talk, to have a discussion, and then come back to report to you guys and get things figured out by January 1st. I don't know why we had to go to the December 15th one or what advantage that is, but here we are putting it on the website today, or receiving the materials today, and then turning around right around kind of the process. So I don't know, just feel like we're narrowing it in a little bit. We went last year without a board member in January, so I hope to avoid that situation again. We got holidays in there, vacations, and just to try to get everybody on the same schedule is tough at that time of the year. So that was just my concern with that.
What do you think? I have no problem with that either. I just a little concerned about the timeline, getting in the paper and all that.
Yeah, that's why I think we need to stick with what we agreed to, and I'll work with you. I can work with you and
I'm
Nate.
flexible as well, but it's also the other people that are involved. Nate's schedule for one, he
Right.
works for the DOT, probably plowing snow. I know he's taking vacations off the weekend that time of the year, so it's just a matter of trying to get everybody.
Yeah,
If we
we have
split the
16
difference and go
days.
December 8th.
guess,
That's the Monday before the 15th and after the 1st, just to give you another week. I don't think that'll affect the newspaper at all.
I'm okay with that.
that's fine.
Is that agreeable to everybody?
Thank you.
There, we met in the middle.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear anything else about snow either.
yeah.
It's coming.
So December 8th is the deadline instead of December 15th.
All right, next we have Kim.
Kim Crispin, I just have a question on your process. So what is the process of hiring new board members? Like what, you guys are gonna get the applications and you're gonna forward them to the department heads? Or what's the process?
That's what it sounds like. I mean, Dad's got a group, you've got a group. And then they'll come back to the board then with 3 recommendations if they have a bunch, and then the board will appoint.
Okay, but are you getting the applications first, or do they go directly to the?
The general one, they'll come into me.
Okay. So then will you forward all of the applications that come in?
Well, yeah, I'll have to bring them to the respective departments.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys were thinking the ones you wanted to go to them, you're gonna do them all.
All should go.
All the applications for conservation board will
Health
come,
board.
I'll bring to Thad, all the ones for David. And I know, David and Thad kinda had their own, and then we talked about just leaving it up to the people that apply, if they wanna go ahead and fill out the one, cause yours are kinda specific, more specific. If they wanna fill them both out, they can. You know, when they fill out the one that's online, they give it to me. I can say, hey, David has one that's specific to him, do you want to fill out the one for David? But we talked about having a general, Tony wanted a general one.
application. The other thing I just thought about too is, like on that civil service commission, we should put in there that if it needs to be fire or, you know, next to it, so that people aren't applying for something we can't point them to.
Right,
You would be the same way, maybe not, I don't know how you.
We only have one board position that's required to have a,
One degree?
the doctor.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And the other thing that people need to know, and I put it on the application, but it needs to be known is those applications, once they hit our desk, are public knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not that anybody, just people just need to know that that is public knowledge and anybody can ask for that.
And who puts the ad in the paper?
Megan?
Megan,
Yeah, okay.
maybe we get them to do an article, so we have to pay anything. Well, it's interesting, maybe you'll put it in there.
Period.
That's it.
That's it for public comment?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
sorry.
Thanks. See ya.
Sure.